Welcome to Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel, Nigeria's practical real estate law podcast for property buyers, investors, diaspora Nigerians, landlords, tenants, and real estate entrepreneurs. Dr. Prince Joel is a legal entrepreneur, property consultant, dispute resolver, author, and real estate investment coach. On this podcast, he breaks down real estate law, land ownership, title verification, tenancy rights, inheritance, due diligence, property transactions, and dispute resolution in plain English. No jargon, no textbook talk, just practical legal knowledge to help you protect your money, your property, and your future. Need legal help with your property? Dr. Prince Joel provides property verification, title searches, dispute resolution, and transaction protection. Book a consultation at drprincejoel.com/consultation. Call or WhatsApp +234 803 486 9295 or +234 802 055 0410. Subscribe now on YouTube and Spotify. Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel. Protecting properties, preserving peace, preventing loss.
107 The Fresh News People.
Imo State, are you ready? Are you a landlord, tenant, a developer, a real estate investor, an agent, or a lover of property? If yes, tune into Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel every Tuesday at 9 o'clock a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here are the details of what to expect on the program. 1. All you need to know about real estate investment, development, and documentation. 2. The legal roadmap to property ownership and acquisition. 3. Eagle Eye due diligence. 4. Land dispute, how they start, how they escalate, and how they are resolved. 5. Demolitions, notices, and your rights. 6. Tenants, landlords, developers, and communities. 7. Life scenarios, real stories, practical solutions. This program is not just informative, it is preventive, it is protective, it is empowering. Dr. Prince Joel is a real estate investment coach, a property consultant, property resolver, and arbitrator. Don't forget to tune in every Tuesday at exactly 9 o'clock a.m. to 9:30 a.m. every Tuesday. This program is proudly sponsored by Prince Joel Real Estate Academy Limited. Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel. Protecting properties, preserving peace, preventing loss.
It's the sound of the
All right, good morning. Welcome aboard. It is Law and Property live here on Echo FM with Dr. Prince Joel. Of course, he's already here. Let's welcome our coach this morning. Dr. Prince Joel, good morning and welcome aboard.
Yeah, good morning, Barry. Good morning, Imo Live. Good morning, the good people of Nigeria listening from all over the world.
Right, it is a rainy day. serious rainy day. No be small, but then we thank God we're here.
It's been a rainy week, you know.
So what's cooking today?
Yes, as usual, we have the hottest topic on this program. The hottest topic on this program every Tuesday, the Tuesday tonic. All right, this morning I want us to look at something very interesting. But before that, I remember that last week we discussed about gated estate and scattered
land. Yeah.
Yes, and I was not asking where would you want to be. In fact, it was a challenge, in my own opinion, between a gated estate and a scattered land, which will win. It was obvious that a gated estate won, and we brought Bethel Court, who took time to use his own estate to explain what a gated estate is. And guess what, Barry? After that, a lot of people have been reaching me, asking me that how will they get into that gated estate that I talked about the last week. You know, so moving forward, we're going to create a 5-minute segment to just probably talk about hottest estate in Imo State to look out for. I think it's something we should include in our program as time goes on. But this morning, I want to talk about the Ohakim and Rochas era land revocation.
Okay.
Ohakim, Rochas, that's Governor Hakim, Governor Rochas era, their own era land revocation. Okay,
right,
so if we understand that, are you getting it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we know that between the year 2007 to 2011, it was Ohakim's government. Am I right?
Yeah.
It was Ohakim's government, and between 2011 to 2019, it was Rocha's government. Absolutely. Now, these two governments did a whole lot on revocation. The Imo State government revoked many lands. Okay, so that will take us to looking into what is revocation and what are the legal facts that we need to know about revocation. Today, most people are affected by those revocations that were made in those two successive governments. Am I communicating?
Yeah.
Yes. Most of these lands are located somewhere around New Owerri, Ikenebu, Aladima, World Bank, Ebu Road, Port Harcourt Road, Olu Road. Okay, most of these revocations took place in those areas. Now, why is it a problem? Before that, of course, revocation means government legally taking back land for public interest.
Yes. Okay.
Government, yes, it means that government legally, took land back for public interest for things like road, school, hospital, government layouts.
Okay.
Now, all this is allowed by the Land Use Act. They are allowed. But the problem now in 2026 is that you that is listening to me may have bought land and built, but now OCDA or maybe Ministry of Lands, they are marking those buildings for demolition. Some people have C of O, Barry. Some people have C of O on their land, but the land was already revoked before their C of O was issued. Are you getting this?
Wait, if the land was already revoked before the C of O is issued, that's legal?
Yes. No, that could be the problem. I'm saying that's the problem that we have in 2026.
Okay.
That's the problem that we're seeing. That's the problem that is everywhere. Some people have already secured C of O on their land, whereas the land was already revoked before their C of O was issued. Now, government is reviewing old files and doing demolitions. They are reviewing old files and they are doing demolition. I'm going to paint some scenarios to you, Barry. I'm going to paint some scenarios and to our listeners. There's one Mr. Uche who is a C of O holder. Mr. Uche bought land in New Owerri in 2013 and got C of O in 2015. In 2014, government said that the land was revoked in 2009 for government layout.
Okay.
He consulted us. We did our search and confirmed it that, of course, it was revoked in 2009. Now, this guy is being forced to file for compensation. Are you understanding?
Okay.
He's not being forced to file for compensation because it was obvious that government revoked those land. Are you getting the point now? So you now see that is not enough. CFO alone is not enough. There's need for you to do your search first. I don't know if you understand that scenario.
Yeah.
Let me paint another scenario. Another scenario is Madam Joy, who bought a cheap land. Madam Joy saw the land in World Bank. He saw the land for like 3 million naira. The market price of that land was 10 million. So she almost paid. Of course, she consulted and contacted us. By the time we checked and found out that the land was part of Rocha's era revocation, you don't understand, she saved her money. That is to say, cheap land in Owerri is usually problematic. It's likely a problem land.
Okay.
It's likely a problem land. That is the second scenario. A third scenario is one Mr. Ikem is a case of compensation. Government took Mr. Ikem's father's land in 2010 for road expansion. You know, there was no compensation that was paid. In 2025, in 2025, with proper documents, okay, you can see that we helped him in submitting the necessary claim and process his compensation from government.
Okay.
There are a lot of legal issues begging for answer as it relates to compensation. As it relates to revocation.
Okay.
Barry, if you're with me on the same line, I'll allow you to take these questions that are begging for answer as it relates to revocation. There are a few of them. One of them is, what is land revocation? Who has the power to revoke? Can government revoke even if you have your C of O? Are you entitled to compensation? How will you know your land was revoked? You know, these and many Imolites are begging for clarification, for answers, and I will allow Barry to take us to these legal facts about land revocation in Imo State.
Okay. Well, in other words, we are really looking at government taking back your land in a common palace language.
In the common language.
Yes, or this revoke. It may be. Now, if you bought the land, let me ask this question from somebody who was allocated the land, and that land is revoked, who bears the cost? I don't know if you understand my question.
Say it again.
If a land has been, for instance, the land was allocated to me, and of course originally allocated to me by government, and then I sold the land legally because as at that time I have my CFO, the land was not being revoked and all that, and later on the land was now revoked after I've already sold it to a new owner who has already built. What happens in that circumstance?
Now, one thing you should know is that under the Land Use Act, the government has power to revoke even that land that has CFO. That is how powerful government is. They have the power. So whether you have gotten a CFO, you are sold to a third party. If government shows interest in that particular area, the only requirement is that the land is, that government has revoked the land for public interest, overriding public interest. Okay, so if the land has been revoked for that, every other person that is there is only entitled to compensation. So whether you've sold to somebody sold to somebody, what is entitled to the person who has the right document on that land is compensation.
All right.
The situation would also be different where government is taking your land and giving to another person to do business.
Okay, great.
Get your lawyer and go to court.
Okay,
get your lawyer and go to court.
Those kind of wicked type, Rabi.
We
can collect your land, give to another person. Okay.
Revoke your land and give to another developer. That one means it's no longer for overriding public interest.
All right, but
it is now for personal interest, which also calls for legal address.
All right. At the end of the day, we have land revocation. That is what we are dealing with this morning, people. If you have any question concerning the land revoked and all that, please, you can send the question to me right about now on our WhatsApp platform as usual. So Dr. Prince Joel can definitely sit with us and answer these questions. But let's take a look at who has the power to revoke government. You've revoked land. You've already answered that question. It's saying that the governor. So does a local government chairman has the power to revoke any land?
Take it again.
Does a local government chairman has the power to revoke any local land? Because most of them get the R of O and all that. Does the local government chairman have the power to revoke a land?
Now, no local government chairman, no community, no individual can legally revoke your land. It must be done through an official gazette and a revocation notice.
All right. Okay, great one. Well, Definitely, by the special grace of God, I have another barrister in the studio, so I have too many of them today.
Okay.
All right. I have my guest who just joined us. He's going to be taking us during the straight talk, but definitely is here. I better put that headset maybe here in case something they will go chook mat. Okay, so you said we are entitled to compensation. Is that there's a problem with compensation? A land may be valued by government lesser than what the market price is. So is compensation based on legal status and the market value of that land, or what the government intends to pay?
All right. When it comes to compensation, the legal fact is that, yes, if you look at Section 29 of the Land Use Act, which says so, it says that if government revokes your land, it says that they must pay you for that. One, unexhausted improvements.
Okay.
Okay. So your building,
the fence, borehole,
your crops, okay, will be valuated. The second one is not for the land itself, because the land, of course, belongs to government. So you only have rights of
the properties on it.
Yes, right of occupancy. So if they revoke your land and did not pay you, you can still claim it, years later, irrespective of the time. So the question now is the valuation, because they are evaluating the unexhausted improvement on your land, not on the land itself. So they're looking at the building, the fence.
Okay, so what you're saying inside is that if your land is revoked and you've not built anything, you're not entitled to compensation. You didn't put anything on the land.
Yeah, no, the government will evaluate based on the crops on the land. Okay.
No, I'm saying if it's just a land you are allocated, and probably before you build anything on it, even if planting or not, it's just a plain land.
If you have spent money in your title and your documentation, those are the things that they will consider. Yes. The question and the challenge is, what is the magnitude of the compensation? And what's the volume? What's the value?
Yeah.
The value is based on their evaluation or their valuation.
Okay. Right to know. So how will you know if your land was revoked?
No, usually governments must publish it in Imo State Official Gazette, and of course there's always what they call they will always serve you a revocation notice. But the problem in Imo State is that many people never saw these notices. Honestly speaking. Now, whether these notices are served via email or they are served in absentia, it's a major challenge that I see that our people have. So your land may have been revoked without you knowing. And that is why you must do your land status search. You must do your land search at the Ministry of Land, Owerri, before you buy or you even build, like I said.
Okay.
A lot of people are not even aware that their land has been revoked.
That one a big wahala, because
very important.
You have your CFO, you have everything, you have done the documentation, the land is now yours. All of a sudden you build, and then they come and tell your land was revoked. I mean, it's crazy. Yes. And can you argue that with the government in court? Can you argue that with the government in court if everything is accurately done, the revocation notice was not served, it was published or gazetted, and you didn't see it? Will that hold up in court?
I think we're breaking.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if you're hearing me clearly. I said, all right, we lost that one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Barrister Callistus Ihejagwa. He is the Labour Party chairman here in Imo State. Good morning and welcome, Barrister Callistus.
Good morning, Barry. Nice to be here with you this morning, this raining morning.
No be smoring.
Good morning, Imolites.
Oh boy, you don't blow away. Oh ha, man, talk a man. No say Imolite. No say you blow away. Now me and you they did this program steady. You ja and left me. Anyway, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just before we join our coach this morning, Dr. Prince Joel. is Land and Property segment of today. Every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30, we are doing law and property. We're talking about revoked land and all that. I want to hear your own opinion. Okay, Dr. Prince Joel is back. Let's bring him up on air. Welcome back, Doc.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. I was just introducing our guest, Barrister Callistus Jagua, the Labour Party chairman. He's in the studio, Imo State. And of course, I was asking him about revoked land. And of course, we were at the point where if your land is being revoked and you're not aware of it. Dr. Prince Joel, let's just hear from Barrister Callistus. I know you know these things as well. Add your voice to the conversation.
Okay, thank you so much, Barry, for bringing me midway into your discussion.
Of course, this is Dr. Prince Joel's program.
Yes, first of all, I must commend Dr. Prince Joel. I've had the privilege of following one or two of his program with you here.
Yeah.
I must say that he knows his onions as far as property law is concerned.
Dr. Prince Joel, did they give you a bell? My ring bell for you.
I commend him. You're welcome, sir. Please keep it up. I joined midway, so I may not have the advanced information of what you have discussed so far. So I will limit myself to the question he just asked me now on issue of notice. And when someone's land has been revoked without his knowledge. However, when adequate notices have been issued, the little I know about property law and revocation as contained in the Land Use Act and plethora of judicial authorities, the issue of notice, to the best of my knowledge, need to be personal. If you want to revoke somebody's land, you need to serve him notice personal. So where in a circumstance where your land has been revoked, notices gazetted, but you are not aware, I think you can approach the courts. It becomes a question of fact, whether or not you were aware and served with the notice. I think the court can remedy the situation where you are able to advance arguments and facts before the court to show that you were not aware of that publication. For instance, I own a land and I traveled outside the country. And within that period, you gazetted a notice put on the newspaper or on government gazette. And I am not aware of it. The essence of notice is to make the property owner aware, so that if he has any steps or any argument he needs to bring to the attention of the government before the revocation itself is completed, because notice is just a first step in the revocation processes. It's just like in a litigation. Service of orages is the foundation that confers jurisdiction on the courts. The same way, I'm coming, sir. The same way, serving notice to a property owner is the first step that confers jurisdiction on the government to eventually revoke the land. That's the much I can say for now.
Why can't I speak to lawyers without hearing the word jurisdiction? Dr. Prince Joel, back to you. I don't know if you heard him clearly. What he said.
I heard him very clearly. He's in order, and that is the problem that we have, because a lot of people are not even aware that their property has been revoked. So what I'm saying is that if you find yourself in such situation where it has been revoked, all you need to do is get your lawyer. Do not say do not demolish yourself. Just go and get your lawyer and brief your lawyer. Okay, so that is that for that. All right.
So what if you build on revoked land? What happens?
If you build on revoked land, of course, OCD and Ministry of Land will certainly mark it for demolition. What you need to do is you don't need to even demolish yourself. You go with your lawyer to OCD. Sometimes you can actually apply for regularization. Sometimes you negotiate compensation instead of demolition.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you sue government for wrongful revocation?
Absolutely, yes. A big yes. Even though a big yes. If government revoked your land without the public purpose, without following due process.
It's like network is really affecting your end, Dr. Prince Joel. We can't hear you here. Maybe you just have to cut and call back, please. We can't hear you, Thane. We can't hear Jack from there. All right, Barrister, over to you now. Same question.
Yes,
okay.
He already answered you in affirmation. Absolute yes.
Okay.
That is where judicial review comes in now. You know, the framers of our constitution granted...
All right, network does not want me to wrap up my program.
Please, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, so what were we saying? We're saying that if... what was the question again?
If wrongful revocation, that's what we are.
Yeah, I said yes, you can sue government. If government revokes your land without public purpose, or even without following due process, you can take them to court. And I'm saying that the first court of instance is the High Court of Imo State. You can also sue for adequate compensation if what they paid is even too small. You can sue them for adequate compensation. You argue what is adequate, and the court will rule on what is adequate.
Oyimbo. So what are the documents that can protect you from all of this?
Now, from the Ministry of Land, you first do your land status search. Very important. You do that from the Ministry of Land. It shows if the land is free or revoked. That's the two, either of it now you go get. So registered, if you have your registered deed of irrevocable power of attorney, you have your governor's consent or your CFO, as the case may be, proving your ownership. You have your approved building plan, which protects you from what they call the OCDA demolition. You can put these documents together and approach the court.
All right, great one. So nice one there. And our time is up. And of course, if my land was revoked in 2010, is it too late to claim compensation in 2026?
No, it's not too late. And for as many people who are listening to us this morning, if your land has been revoked or you suspect that your land, one is that you suspect that it's been revoked or it has been revoked, there is no time limit if you find, if you have proof. There's no time limit.
So does we talked about excision one time. Does excision protect my land from being revoked?
First and foremost, let's understand excision. Excision means government release the land to the community. So there are lands that have been revoked, and government, of course, all the land belongs to government under the Land Use Act. So when they release it, it is called excision.
Okay.
So government can still revoke exercised land for public purpose. All you need to do is to always verify due diligence.
Okay. Very nice exercise. Is if the land has been given to your community and your community then gives it to you, governor can still revoke it. Wow, this kind of power government get no be here. So quickly, what's the difference between revocation and acquisition now?
Same thing in practice. Both mean government taking land. That's a simple explanation. The law and compensation processes are usually similar. Revocation, acquisition, same thing in practice. They both mean government taking your land.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just quickly, on the final note, can our community, my community, on the youths of a community, revoke my land?
No. Now only government get the power. Only the governor can. If community disturbs you, it is what we call trespass. So all you need to do is to report to the police and see your lawyer.
So this one when Hollywood they do where Igwe go revoke person land. Nah.
It's only the governor that can. Okay, it's only the governor that can. If your community disturbs you, it is trespass.
Okay.
It is trespass.
Nice one. Man, here said Igwe carry by the powers vested on me. Come again, nonsense. You give a slap.
The fact of the matter again also comes to play.
Okay.
If Igwe is not living to land, he must have a strong background to so do that. And you can also go to court to restrain the Igwe from even trespassing into your land.
Law in the modern day is sweet because before Igwe go just over, can't see this land, say, oh, this land is very fertile.
You can restrain anybody if you have a good cause of action. I'm happy my learned brother is there and he already mentioned it. In land matters, police not get jurisdiction, and only court can get final say as it relates to the ownership of the land.
All right, Dr. Prince Joel, thank you so much. In case people want to reach you quickly again, let's just call your numbers. Our time is over.
Now, these topics will always spark up questions and inquiry. Yeah, so I'm going to leave the number as 080 2055 0410 20550410. By the way, another interesting thing is that most of these topics that we discuss every Tuesday are topics that I have exhausted in the book Real Estate Bible, the book that I wrote, compilation of law and articles in Nigeria simplified. Most of these topics you find it in that book. So I'm encouraging as many listeners to try and get a copy of that book. Educate yourself, especially those who are in the real estate business. Okay, you cannot be in real estate business and you have an empty head. You don't even know some of these things. You continue to have problems. Yes. So please lay hands and get a copy of the Real Estate Bible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prince Joel.
My special greetings to my learned brother sitting with you. I'm sure one of these days we'll all be together with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure.
Yes.
It's all right. Before somebody go get no set brain, let's move on to.
Sorry, you're not my learned brother. I'm sure you know that.
I will carry a while to go. Come and be going. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Prince Joel.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now only when I go to school every time, learn. When I the lawyers, learned people. When I know up to today, when I never still tell us whether Abuja na state, Abinobi state, we don't know what to mean. And for our constitution, my yabuna small. Anyway, that's it for Law and Property. We switch gears now.
Thank you for listening to Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel. We hope this episode helped you better understand your legal rights, property risks, and the decisions that protect your investments under Nigerian law. For legal consultation, property verification, title searches, dispute resolution, or transaction protection, visit drprincejoel.com/consultation. Call or WhatsApp +234 803 486 9295 or +234 802 055 0410. Get Dr. Prince Joel's books and free resources through Linktree/Dr. Prince Joel. Subscribe on YouTube and Spotify so you never miss an episode. Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel. Protecting properties, preserving peace, preventing loss.